airtime. Oh my God. You see, you elitist people who are disconnected from the world. All right, put it off. Let's go to our presentation. It's actually airtime, which is surprising. I also thought food would come first. Apparently not. It's airtime that comes first. Okay, we put down the music, Miss DJ. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to get right into the next thing. My chair guy, set me up seats. Put my seats over here real nice so we can get into it. I would have really loved to get that because it's funny. We think we understand our market. We think we know Unga is what is necessary. We think we understand, and yes, some things we know. The previous one would have been, which is the most popular car in Kenya. Toyota beat it. What is interesting though is Peugeot is number 2. Right? I was like, that's a lie. No, it's Peugeot. Do you know why? Because 504s last longer than Abraham. That car is quite the beast. But still, we have more Peugeots on the road. Peugeot 504s, 405s, 305s. Those, what are they? Is it Uno? No, Uno is Fiat. We have more of those Peugeots in Kenya than any other car. Because I think in there we have like Subarus and whatever. Subarus. But we're going to start on the next part. I want to invite, so we are now in the afternoon session, and we're going to have emerging investment opportunities rising in East Africa. That's correct? This is correct? Yes, voila. And, we're doing the pitches. I'm sorry. I jumped that. It's because I was annoyed my thing didn't work. Series A pitches, and I'm not even going to take too much time. It's on the screen. Shamba Pride. Here's your microphone. Introduce yourself, do your thing. Let's give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Samuel Munguti. I'm the CEO of Shamba Pride. Think about this. 80% of rural Africa population are smallholder farmers who massively depend on informal agro-dealer stores to access key products and services. These farmers struggle and aspire to better productivity every day, but are limited by poor access to these key products and services. Distribution ecosystem in rural Africa for key agriculture inputs and services is fragmented, is very poor, and adds a lot of intermediaries. Farmers every day suffer price exploitation, bad quality, and bad customer experience, affecting their farm productivity and denying them the much needed family income. This is a $7 billion market in Kenya alone. And when you look at sub-Saharan Africa, this is a $1 trillion market. Let me give you a snowball effect of transforming one single farming community. Kenya alone has 20,000 plus informal agro-dealer stores spread across the country. A typical agro-dealer store services between 300 and 500 farmers grown from the same community. If you cumulatively pull together the number of farmers serviced directly by these 20,000 stores, this is 7.5 million smallholder farmers. This is 85% plus of farming population in this country. Transforming this piece of population with the right tools and the right products and the right access to the right services, surely this will be revolutionary. Shamba Pride targets these informal agro-dealer stores and uplifts and transforms them through our CRM extension and BNPL platform to create a farming ecosystem where farmers have better access to better products, farmers have better prices, variety, and better customer service. And we call this farming community DigiShop community. Stores and agro dealers on board in our platform, they rapidly go through our upscaling 5-star rating from 1-star, 2-star to 5-star, and 4-star and 5-star, we call them DigiShops. And in 5-star DigiShop environment, farmers have better access, more confidence to the product they access, they have more variety, they are more empowered with the right tools to succeed in their farming ventures. We have built seamless order fulfillment engine and currently 18 hours from the point of ordering for farmers and agro dealers to the point of delivery. And this for us is huge success and validation to Shamba Pride DigiShop model. Our BNPL solution solves and breaks capital constraints for farmers and agro dealers in our ecosystem. We are on track to build a $500 million company. Majorly, our revenues have been significantly increasing and doubling year by year since inception. And this year we are on track to cross $3 million mark. Majorly, our revenues are driven by growth in agro-dealer revenues. Agro-dealers joining our platform, they rapidly scale and grow in revenues, in customer traffic, up to 8 times by 9th month. Farmers joining our platform, they grow, they save on 20% on production, and they grow up to 2.2 times on farm productivity. We have built a network of 1,600 of these agro-dealer stores, and they are servicing 45,000 farmers directly. We are on track to rapidly scale this to 1 million farmers ecosystem the next 3 years. Our secret sauce is the people, the farmers, the agro-dealers. We reach out to these agro-dealers and farmers, and we empower them with the right tools and technology to make them local farming heroes. We have built fantastic partners, input partners, finance partners, and also ecosystem partners. We are raising $4 million, and we are asking great potential investors in this forum to join our fundraise. We already have 20% commitment in this race to support our Pan-African expansion and also national expansion, and also to support our tech infrastructure build-up and also our tech team build-up. We have a fantastic team drawn with experience from last mile distribution to tech development to accounts and finance, and we feel that we have the right team really to scale last mile distribution solution across Africa. Thank you very much.
Nice. Well done. Do we have questions? No, that's a brilliant job. Well done, man.
Questions, please. Thank you. So,
excellent. It's very, very good. Okay. Give me. You also take my clicker, right? Right. Next one. Voila. Bravo. There you go. Here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mary Mwangi, and our company is Data Integrated. I'm the CEO and founder of Data Integrated. At Data Integrated, At Data Integrated, what we do is we are solving the problem for SMEs, where we are digitizing them and automating them, because a lot of SMEs in Africa lose money because they have no visibility to their income of how much is being collected. Businesses are losing over 43% to leakages. That is over 600 billion shillings of that. And the worst of it is actually in public transport. So in public transport in Kenya alone, they are losing over 10 billion shillings out of leakages. So what do we do at Data Integrated? How do we solve this problem? So what we have done is we have looked at the whole value chain, looked at the stakeholders and the people who are impacted by this lack of digitization. Here we have the SACCOs, which are the organizations that run the bus companies. We have the passengers, we have the bus owners, we have the workers who work there. And then on the larger ecosystem, we have the partnerships that also work there. So Data Integrated came up with a solution that helps solve this through a payment system using point of sale devices. We're able to give them to the drivers, to the buses, and to the SACCOs themselves so they can collect revenue. And that is captured in real time back at the office or by the owners through their phones. They can see, and there's accountability built in the solution. The other thing we do, we've digitized the payment part. We can take your card and digitize them, put them on your phone, so make it easier for you to pay as you go in the buses. We've also digitized the logistics. You need to know, the owners need to know where the bus is, how do you get them? And through putting devices in these vehicles, we're able to track the movement of the vehicle. So the total addressable market, we are concentrating on the East Africa region without DRC for right now. DRC just joined East Africa. And we are concentrating in Kenya. We are looking at other markets like Rwanda and Uganda, but we're just reviewing what the potential is over there. How do we make money at Data Integrated with this solution? We sell devices. We sell point-of-sale devices, and we sell tracking devices that are markup to the bus companies and to the small businesses. And then we charge for the software. We charge for the software a SaaS fee. And then on transaction, we share transaction fee through partnerships with the telecoms and the banks. And then on the other side, we've done contracts. We've done a contract with the National Transport Authority, and that gives us other revenues. So what has been our traction over the years? We have managed to get a lot of partnerships with the banks through integrations. We've created a full payment gateway. We've certified these devices through Visa, MasterCard. We've also taken the devices for certification for revenue for VAT with KRA, with RRA. And then we've also gained other partnerships such as Cooperative Bank, Toyota, and the Kenyan government on that. Who is our competition? We have two kinds of competition tracks, and I'm going to talk about the payment one because on the logistics, it's a wide range of small players that even if I mention it, it won't be, most of you won't notice it. So on the payment side, we have Flutterwave, we have people like Square, we have Safaricom, even though they are partners, we do compete. We have PesaPal, DirectPay, and what sets Data Integrated apart? Because we look at the solution, because of the way it is. Our revenue growth is actually, we are currently at $400,000 and then we are hoping to be 2.5, double that next year. And then what are we going to use our fund? We're raising $10 million. And the reason we're going to raise this, 10% of that is going to be used for certification and licensing. And then 30% is on the CapEx. And then the rest of it is going to go to the OpEx. Our team is made up of a lot of us. But just to mention a few of us, there's myself as a CEO, Francis, who is our tech person, Cecilia, project manager, and Anthony, who does our business development. Thank you. Any questions?
Well done, Mary. Nice. That was cool. Like you were on the money. Like you hit 100% flat. So we're going to have a question, yes, from our judges. We've got two judges who are going to begin us. Don't worry, I'll give you a microphone. It is. Let me take.
Thanks, Mary. I think for me the question is around adaptation of your solution by the public transport. And I think we all know how chaotic and how disorganized, informal they can get, right? So just in terms of the user adoption, so it all makes sense on paper, but practically what's the user journey to get them to actually be sort of repeat consumers over time?
Okay, so how we started is actually, when we look at it, yes, it's chaotic when you look at it, but believe it or not, public transport out of this SMEs in Kenya is probably one of the most structured because they were mandated to create SACCOs. And in the SACCOs, there's a board. There's a board of directors that runs these SACCOs. So you have a point of starting to go find the SACCOs, to go find the bus owners. While opposed to if you go to other businesses, you have to go to each individual seller to get to that owner, right? But here you go to a board of directors, and once you get to the board of directors, you pitch to them. If they take up your solution, then that SACCO will start using that solution. We started with their main pain, which was actually as a SACCO, operations and management of the owners. So we built a solution for them to manage the owners and operate as a SACCO. Once we had them in on that, then they came back to us for the next solution and they said, our next problem is logistics. We have to schedule these vehicles. We have to do their trip management. How can you help us? Can you give us devices on a way to help us? Then the other next problem they have is the one of collecting fares and knowing how much has been collected. So that one is actually where we're going next, because first the infrastructure needs to be in place for you to come in and start collecting money on the buses. I feel that previously where we had gone off a bit was we started with what we saw, which is a collection of fares. And when you look at what had happened with the Google Pay and all of them when they had tried to do cashless back in 2014, 2015, is that they thought the problem was actually the payment inside the buses. It's thinking about it like you're a bank, right? And everybody is bringing money to deposit. So everybody sees the deposit taking. But what they don't see is the back end that runs that deposit taking. Where does that money post? How do you get it? How do you track it? That's what needs to be built first, and that's where we started.
Thank you.
Thank you, Faith. Larry, yeah. Just from my side, what's your LTV and your CAC like?
You don't have much time.
Okay. So our LTV, what's that?
Time value per customer.
Actually, the lifetime value per customer, right now we have different customers. So we have which customer you're talking about? We have the SACCOs, we have the bus owner, we have the driver and conductor, we have the government, we have the contractors as companies.
The purpose of this, just the average, and what's the cost of acquiring those customers on an average basis?
Let me think about, let's put for a bus company like the SACCO itself, right? So the lifetime value for a SACCO, we have to look at it in terms of what are we selling to them, and that would be the devices. So it depends on how many vehicles are in that SACCO. So on average, if they have 100 vehicles, per each owner or driver, we are looking at probably about $40,000, $50,000, maybe on the lifetime. That's what I would say.
And the cost of acquisition?
The cost of acquisition, mostly they pay for it on our side, because we charge the SaaS and we charge we sell the devices to them. So on the first part, for the hardware part, the cost that we take out from our pocket is usually about maybe $200, $200 to $300, thereabouts. And then the rest of it is a SaaS, which, SaaS fee is kind of low, and the transaction fees.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mary. Very, very nice. Let's give her a hand. Thank you.